Mafuyu saw Akihiko kissing a girl. Later, they met up to go to a concert together. The tickets were a gift from Akihiko's roommate who plays the violin. Yugetsu has an incredible talent, and because of that Akihiko gave up playing the violin. Mafuyu was so moved by the performance that he felt inspired to write a new song. Haruki brought some good news to the group. They were invited to perform at a rookie contest during a rock festival. The only problem was they had just one original song at the moment. During the concert, Mafuyu realized that Akihiko was also dealing with the pain of unrequited love. When Yugetsu got home, he asked if Akihiko liked the concert. Akihiko didn't answer and just pulled him to the bed and kissed him. The next morning, Mafuyu came over. He had started writing a new song, and Yugetsu helped him with it. Akihiko overheard Mafuyu playing and was surprised at how much he had improved. He went straight to meet Haruki and told him everything. Haruki hadn't known Akihiko lived with someone and was very troubled by that. Yugetsu told Mafuyu that he and Akihiko sometimes spent the night together but hadn't been in a relationship for a long time. Yugetsu broke it off when he became a professional since he felt like the relationship was holding him back. They lived apart for 2 years, but then decided to move in together again. Yugetsu doesn't have any close friends and struggles to express his feelings. He loves Akihiko deeply, but can't let go, so he's waiting for Akihiko to be the one to leave. Before Mafuyu left, Yugetsu said he could use their story as inspiration for his song. That evening, Yugetsu asked Akihiko to stay elsewhere because he was planning to invite someone over. Akihiko called Haruki and said he wouldn't make it to practice because he was feeling down. Before he hung up, Haruki heard a girl's voice in the background. Kuj noticed Haruki had been feeling off lately and suggested he join another band for a while to clear his head. It happened to be his ex-girlfriend's band, so Haruki turned it down and said he was fine. Akihiko didn't show up for the next practice either. Ritsuka and Mafuyu had made progress on the new song. The lyrics weren't finished and the melody still needed work, but Haruki was shocked. He immediately understood what the song was about and felt left out since he didn't think he had that kind of talent. He started questioning what he brought to the band. That night, Haruki messaged Akihiko and asked if he could stay at his place for a while. He had a fight with Yugetsu and had been crashing at different places. He apologized for skipping practices and said they should rehearse more during the summer. Haruki didn't know how to respond, and Akihiko pushed him for an answer. Haruki admitted that he had been invited to play with his ex-girlfriend's band. Akihiko figured it out right away and said Haruki had feelings for him but was trying to run away. Then he kissed him and things got a bit intense. He was clearly taking out some of his frustration. While it was happening, he kept thinking about Yugetsu and how deeply he still cared for him. Haruki saw the pain in his eyes and asked him to talk about it. But Akihiko couldn't admit that he wished someone else was there instead. When it was over, Akihiko apologized, but Haruki said it had been mutual. He let him stay the night and said he would turn down the other band's offer. After he left the house, he broke down crying. Akihiko was angry at himself. Haruki came over to his friend's place to stay the night. He looked awful and Kuji immediately knew something bad had happened. Haruki didn't say anything, he just asked for help cutting his hair. Akihiko was really worried because Haruki hadn't come back. He ignored Haruki's request to leave in the morning. When the guy finally returned, Akihiko was shocked by his new haircut. Haruki said he was tired of getting rejected and tried to push him away. But Akihiko had nowhere to go. He promised to help around the house, said he could sleep anywhere and wouldn't do anything weird. Haruki let him stay. The mood during rehearsal was tense and they couldn't play properly. Haruki blamed himself. He wasn't as talented as the others and today he'd messed up rehearsal too. Akihiko told him he was their leader and they couldn't do it without him. After Haruki calmed down, he asked what he should make for dinner. He wanted to do something nice for him. They had been living together for a while and Mafuyu noticed that the bass and drums were starting to sound really in sync. While living at Haruki's place, Akihiko saw fireworks for the first time. Yugetsu's place was partly underground and they never went to festivals. Akihiko decided to tell him they hadn't been together for a while because Yugetsu broke up with him. He used to be in love, but now he was just hurting. The band was making good progress with their new song even though the lyrics weren't finished yet. Mafuyu already knew what he wanted to write about, but he didn't feel inspired. Ritsuka offered to help him with that. Akihiko and Haruki stayed late at the studio. They got home after sunrise. Yugetsu wasn't doing well without Akihiko, but Mafuyu kept visiting him. The final round of the contest was coming up, and the lyrics were finally ready. Akihiko left his phone and went to see Yugetsu. He told him he'd decided to move out for good. He had started to enjoy music again. Until now, he only played the violin trying to reach Yugetsu's level, and started playing drums to try to forget him. Yugetsu didn't want to let him go. Mafuyu noticed something was off with Haruki. He figured out about his feelings. At home, Akihiko was waiting for Haruki. He and Yugetsu had gotten into a fight. Haruki wanted to go to the store, but Akihiko asked him to stay. Mafuyu was really nervous before the contest. He hoped he'd be able to express his feelings through the song. Ritsuka hugged him and told him it was going to be okay. The day of the contest came. Akihiko was still shaken by what happened with Yugetsu, and even thought maybe life would have been better if he'd quit music. But the moment Mafuyu started singing, those thoughts disappeared. He remembered the last time he'd gotten chills like that. It was the first time he heard Yugetsu play the violin. Yugetsu watched the performance and finally admitted Mafuyu's talent. Akihiko noticed him only after it was over and ran after him. Yugetsu didn't want to look him in the eyes because he didn't want to hear him say it was over. Akihiko grabbed his hand and apologized for all the pain he had caused. Then he turned and left. Yugetsu cried and said goodbye in his mind. The band didn't win the contest, but everything worked out. Akihiko quit his side jobs and started focusing more on music. Haruki helped other bands and played at concerts. In the spring, Akihiko entered a violin competition. Haruki used to think the violin didn't suit him and that he couldn't be that emotional, but the guy had changed. Akihiko got really flustered when he found out Haruki had seen his performance. He only invited Mafuyu. He told Haruki that he had finally ended things with the person he loved, and now he wanted to become someone worthy of him. When Haruki heard that, he started crying. Akihiko hugged him, told him he loves him, and asked if they could start dating.